Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. My name's Dana and I am so excited to be able to share my love of makeup and beauty with you all. Today I am starting off barefaced because we're going to try a little bit of a different video for my channel so far. I'm going to do a sort of chatty get ready with me, trying out some newer makeup, using some of my old favorites, as well as doing the 21 questions tag that's been circulating here on YouTube for a while now. So I am just gonna play with some makeup, talk about makeup, answer some questions about me, about makeup. It'll be great. I'm excited. So to get started, I am going to prime my face. I am using the Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. This is the original one. I really like this primer, as long as I don't pair it with the original Fenty foundation, the mattifying one. I don't know why, but this primer does not work with that foundation on my skin. It just doesn't. So I'm gonna prime with that. And then for my foundation, I am using the Uoma Beauty Say What foundation. I have the shade White Pearl T1C, which I think is actually the lightest shade they have. That's pretty typical for me. I'm usually the lightest shade in everything. And I am just gonna use a wet sponge and just pat this into my skin. So the first question I have here is, what is your oldest makeup product? My oldest makeup product probably is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette or the Milani Luminoso blush. I am usually pretty good about decluttering makeup when it no longer suits me or I think it's starting to get old, so I don't keep a lot of old stuff in my collection, but I'm pretty sure that that is one of those two is the oldest. Question number 2 is, what is your most recent makeup purchase? That would be the Glaminatrix You Beauty palette, which I actually just purchased over the weekend. I grabbed it on the second restock that they had. It is definitely not in my collection just yet because it is coming to me all the way from Australia to Canada, so it's gonna take a while. But when it arrives, I do plan on doing a video on that. I really like this foundation. It just, not sure this is quite the right undertone for me. I think this might actually be a little too light toned, because it kind of looks like a mask right now under these lights, but I do like it. I think it works well. Number 3 is, what is the first makeup product you ever purchased? And I am pretty sure that is the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. Mascara was the first product I ever used for makeup, so I'm pretty sure that was the one. I'm gonna use the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have mine in the shade 06, I believe, which is actually not the lightest shade, but I like this one a lot. I think it works pretty well. I do actually use the same concealer under my eyes that I use around the rest of my face. I don't use a lighter shade under my eyes. Maybe I should, I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist, I just sort of do what I like, so I apologize if any of this is incorrect, but this is how I do my makeup, so here we are. Question number 4 is, what is a makeup trend you used to love but now you hate? I don't like to use the word hate when it comes to makeup, especially in terms of trends, because, I mean, honestly, do what you like. If it's something that other people hate, whatever, you do you, it's fine. But for me personally, a makeup trend that I used to be really into when I was younger and just can't get behind now is big eyeshadow palettes. Like, I'm talking, you know, the 18, 20, 24, like anything sort of over 15. I find it just overwhelms me. I can't use them. They're too big. I don't like them. Can't get behind it. If they're your thing, cool. So I'm actually gonna use a cream blush today, so I'm gonna use that now before my powder. I am going to use the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Blush. I am using the shade Drama Class, which is this purple one. I had a request from some of my in-person friends, my real life friends, to use this because they wanted to know how it looked, especially on my fair skin. So shout out Jess and Joelle, here you go. I actually really do like this blush. It's an interesting one. I would not have thought purple blush, especially for how fair my skin is. I would have thought that would have been a weird color on me, but I do really like it. I think it looks quite nice. I do go a little bit darker with my cream blush than I would with my powdered blush, just because I am going to put powder over top of it, and that does kind of tone it down a little bit. But personally, I prefer a little bit more intense blush, so I am okay looking like a bit of a clown for a little bit. It's cool, it's fine. Question number 5 is, what is a makeup trend you used to hate but now you love? Again, I don't really hate any makeup trends or products, but I used to not do colorful eyeshadow. I did not like it. I thought it looked a little garish. I thought it was a bit tacky. And I thought it looked great on people who were experts at makeup or people who had different skin tone than me, but I was like, not for you, not for pale, not for blue eyes, not for blah. It's all about doing what you like. Nowadays, I really enjoy colorful eyeshadow, so I do it a lot. For powder, I have the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I have the compressed compact version. I recently picked this up. I am considering doing a full face of e.l.f. If that's something you would be interested in seeing, let me know. I could try that out. I'm pretty sure I have a full face of e.l.f. in my collection already. Pretty sure. I have pretty oily skin, so I do like to powder quite a bit. If that's not your thing, no worries. You do your makeup your way, and I will do it mine. I am just going to set the powder. I know most people set after everything's done. I don't. I set just after my face powder is done, and then I pat it with my beauty blender, so that's what I'm gonna do. Question number 6 is, what is your favorite makeup step? And this depends entirely on what you mean by favorite. If it's the makeup step I think is the most fun, the one that I enjoy doing the most, definitely eyeshadow. If it's the one I think makes the biggest difference to my face, it's brows. I have very, very pale brows. I keep my hair dyed quite dark, but my natural hair actually is fairly dark as well. My brows don't match. I like brows. Speaking of brows, let's start there. This is the MAC Big Boost Fiber Gel Brow Gel. I actually don't remember when I got this, but we're just gonna use that. I am not a brow expert. I don't do them correctly, or correctly. There's no correct way to do makeup, but I don't do them based on what most people say is correct. I just sort of fluff them in, it's fine. Number 7 is, what is a makeup product that you can't live without? Not to sound preachy, but I don't love the idea of like, can't live without makeup. Yeah, you can. We all could. Makeup is not a necessity. Is it fun? Totally. Do I love it and do I never want to give it up? Absolutely. Can I go days without wearing it at all? You bet. So I don't think there's anything that I couldn't live without, but again, biggest difference, I think it would be brows or mascara. I think they're just sort of nice everyday staples, especially if you don't want to wear like a lot of makeup, but you want to quickly look pretty put together. Brows and mascara make a big difference. But again, I don't think there's anything I like can't live without. I am going to prime my eyelids next. I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I am squeezing the literal last drops out of this stuff. I am trying to use up some of the items in my collection that are getting a little bit old in anticipation for my move. So this is one of those products I'm just about done with. Number 8 is, what sparked your love of makeup and beauty? And I have to say that is the old beauty YouTube, the sort of OG beauty YouTube. Back in the day, I used to watch a lot of Nikki tutorials, Emily Noel. I still watch their videos. I'm not saying they're like past their prime or anything. I definitely still watch their videos, but they were sort of the first inspiration or love of makeup that sparked for me. I always set my primer, so I'm just gonna use a little white eyeshadow. I think this is Blanc type from MAC. I will usually use just the lightest shade in a palette or just a white single if I have it. My skin is very pale, so the lightest color is usually what works for me. Number 9 is what was your worst makeup look? And like I've said a few times on the channel, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I still practice new stuff every day. So lots of my looks don't turn out. It's fine. Anything before 2018 was pretty bad, but that's fine. Again, I don't put myself down too much for a makeup look not going right. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm changing. My moods are changing, my tools are changing, my preferences are changing. It's fine. But yeah, anything that I sort of did as a teenager were pretty bad. For my eyeshadow look today, I am going to test out the Colourpop Limoncello. This is a fairly new Colourpop palette, although is anything really new at Colourpop? Because by the time you actually get the package in the mail, they've already released 6 new collections, so, you know, newish. But I'm going to test this out today. So to start off with, I am going to grab Amalfi, which is this like bright sort of canary yellow in here. I am just going to pop that in and above my crease. Number 10 is what was your favorite makeup look? And again, that really sort of changes based on my mood and my preferences. But I absolutely loved the makeup look I wore for my master's graduation photo shoot that I did. I did graduate in 2020, so during the middle of the pandemic. So since I didn't get to go to my own graduation, my mom and my brother took me out to a little park by our house and we did some photos and they turned out just beautiful. And that was probably one of my favorite makeup looks I've ever done. And it wasn't even sort of like an extravagant makeup look. It was just sort of, I felt so beautiful. And part of that is that my mom and my brother take amazing photos. Shout out. But, you know, they turned out really well. I really liked the look. So that was probably one of my favorite makeup looks I've ever done. Next, I'm going to take this shade down here. This is called Limon Squeeze. And I'm just going to put this a little bit more into the crease of my eyes. Number 11 is what is your favorite drugstore makeup product? I will fully admit I am a high-end girl. I use a lot more high-end than I do drugstore. And also the definition of drugstore is a little wonky here in Canada because some of the things that folks in the States can get at the drugstore, like CVS and stuff, you can't really get at the drugstore here. So by the time you pay for shipping and things, it becomes much more expensive, and then is it really drugstore anymore? Who's to say? But I'd have to say my favorite is probably the Princess Lash Mascara by Essence. You know, for, I think it's $4 here in Canada. I think that's one of the best mascaras at the drugstore, so I really like that one. Next, I'm gonna take this shade down here. This is Tuscan Fun, and I am just going to deepen up a little bit. I'm using a slightly smaller blending brush here. Number 12 is what is your favorite splurge product? This changes a lot day to day, but I would have to say my 2 favorite splurge products right now are probably the Natasha Denona Love Palette or the Farsali Liquid Powder Serum. I just think they're so good, and I think they're so worth the money in my opinion. I know not everybody agrees, but that's cool. But you know, you can spend your money however you see fit, but to me, they are worth it. I really enjoy them. I'm gonna gonna take a little pencil brush and this shade in here called the Grotto, and I'm just gonna sort of use this to like deepen up just the outer corner and a little bit of the lash line. Number 13 is what is your most repurchased makeup product? Probably either the Essence Make Me Brow in the Soft Bunny Brows shade, or the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I did not actually go back through all of my receipts from years and years and years and try and figure it out, but it's one of the two for sure. I have purchased those over and over and over again. I've used up at least 3 of each, which is rare for me. I have a pretty big collection, so I don't use up a lot of makeup very frequently, but I do really like that one. Those ones. There's 2. Next, I'm going to take this sort of greeny yellow shimmer here. That one's called Capri, and a little flat shader, and I'm just going to use that all over my lids where there's currently no shadow. Ooh, that's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. Oh. Number 14 is what is your earliest makeup memory? And this one is kind of weird because it's actually not even really about makeup as much as it is about my friend's mom's insecurities. But I remember being like, I don't know, probably 14 or 15 years old. And I went with my friend and her mom to the mall to go buy eyeshadow because she wanted eyeshadow. And the entire car ride, her mom spent complaining about how young girls who wear eyeshadow are cheap or easy or whatever other euphemism you want to use there. And at the time I had eyeshadow on, and her mom was just sort of staring at me in the rearview mirror, and I have never felt more uncomfortable wearing makeup in my entire life. Yeah, so unfortunately, that's one of my earliest makeup memories, is just being told I shouldn't wear makeup. Wow, I love that color. That is beautiful. That's a depressing story, but on a happier note, that is gorgeous. And for my under eyes, I am going to actually use this blue color here. This is called the Festa, I think. And I'm just going to take a small smudger brush, and I'm just going to pop that underneath the eyes, most of the way across, but not right into that inner corner. Number 15 is what is your favorite place to shop for makeup? I love shopping for makeup at Sephora. In the before times, I used to shop for makeup almost exclusively at Sephora. I shop a little bit more online now, obviously trying to avoid going into stores too much if I can help it, but I still use Sephora, their website, a lot. So, and then for my inner corner, I'm actually going to use one of the new Colourpop shadow sticks. I have the shade Cool Breeze. This might be a bit bright for the inner corner, but we're going to try it. Who knows? Don't know if you don't try, right? Yeah, a little deep, but that's okay. Number 16 is what is the most underrated makeup product in your collection? In my opinion, the most underrated product I own is actually the Melt Digital Dust Blush Duo in the shade Buzzkill. It's one of the Bee honeycomb theme collections that they released. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they don't like it. I've heard people mention that it's really subtle. I don't find that. I think it works really, really well. I really like that blush, so I will continue to use it, but I think it's pretty underrated. A lot of people here on YouTube didn't have great opinions of it, but I love it. I think it's underrated. I do tightline my eyes, so I am going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Perversion. This is obviously an optional step. Not everybody is comfortable tightlining, and you really don't have to. Just, you know, your call. Really, whatever works for you. I usually just only tightline the outside edges of my eyes anyway, just to sort of, you know. Number 17 is what is the most overrated product in your collection? And I have to say that is the Pat McGrath eyeshadows. I know I harp on these a lot, so I'll keep this quick, but I just don't think they're that special for the price. I think the Natasha Denona shadows outperform them, and they're a very similar price point, so I'd rather buy the ones that I like better, especially if I'm gonna spend that much money on them. But I mean, they're fine. There's nothing really wrong with them. I just think they get too much hype for what they are. Next, I'm gonna do my winged liner. This is the Colourpop BFF liquid liner in the shade Black. I've never done my liner on camera before, so bear with me while I make some funny faces. We'll give it a shot here. I'm just gonna go with like a little black liner and a little wing at the edge here. Don't really want to take too much away from the eyeshadow because I really like how it turned out. So I'm just gonna do something small and subtle instead, which is different for me. Number 18 is, what is a discontinued product you wish that would come back? And I have to say that is the Melt Vita and Muerte palettes. Oh my god, I did not know enough about colorful eyeshadow by the time those came out to know I wanted them. And by the time I knew I wanted them, they had been discontinued, as is, you know, pretty common for Melt. I wish they would come back. They're beautiful. I absolutely love them. I think they're gorgeous, especially the Vita. You know, I would use either. I would absolutely use either, but I think the Vita is exactly up my alley. All right, so those are not even at all, but that's fine. Makeup is a journey, not a destination. That's terrible. That's a terrible joke, sorry. In my waterline, I am going to use the Thrive Cosmetics Eye Brightener pencil. I have the color Stella. I honestly don't remember where I got this, probably like a Cosbox or a FabFitFun or something. But I really like this. I'm almost out of it actually. I don't have very much left, so hoping I use it up and then I might repurchase it actually. I think it's really good. For my mascara, I'm just going to start with the Wander Beauty Mile High Club mascara. I don't normally curl my lashes. My lashes are pretty naturally curled. I don't find I need to. I pretty much only curl my lashes if I am wearing falsies, which I'm not going to today. So just mascara it is. Oh, I really like this eye look. I'm just seeing it in the viewfinder and oh, it's gorgeous. I'm really liking this palette. It was kind of an impulsive makeup purchase. I really didn't need it, but I couldn't resist and I am glad I have it. I think it's really nice. Next, I'm going to take the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I do layer my mascaras. Again, you do what works for you. You know, friends don't have to agree on makeup. It's fine if you don't like the way I do my makeup or the way I do my mascara. That's chill. I don't mind. Sometimes I don't like it either. But that's the fun part about makeup, is you get to wash it off and do it again in a different way. For sort of a bronzy, contoury kind of combo, I don't know the difference, sorry team. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Into Sun. That's the lightest one. I am just going to buff this into my cheeks, sort of vaguely where I think contour and bronzer is supposed to go. Again, not a makeup artist, making it up as I go. It's fine. Number 19 is, where do you go for makeup inspiration? Predominantly YouTube and Instagram. Here on YouTube, I really like to watch Angelica Nyqvist, Annette's Makeup Corner, Amy Loves Makeup, Butte Bean. I'll link their channels down below if you're interested in checking any of them out. I do recommend it. They are really, really good. You can see a lot of really beautiful like looks that I think are just gorgeous. I do contour my double chin. You don't have to. A double chin's a double chin. It's fine. On Instagram, I like Veronica from VC Pans. I like Olivia from Makeup by O Tibbs. And I really like Tia Elizabeth from Tia Elizabeth MUA. Again, I will link their Instagrams down below if you are interested. So I'm actually just going back over that purple again with just what was left on my sponge, just to sort of boost it back up a little bit because it does get kind of covered up. Question 20 is, what do you hope to see less of in makeup's future? And honestly, I have two. The first is the term universally flattering. Stop it. Stop doing that. Nothing is universally flattering. There are billions of people on this planet with literally billions of different skin tones and hair color combinations and eye color combinations. Stop it. Nothing's universally flattering. Stop pretending. Just have more of things. And also, I'm really wishing makeup rules would go away. For highlighter, I'm just going to use the Kaleidos Star Surfer. I really like this one too. I think this is really pretty. But yeah, I wish makeup rules, there were less of them. I'm so sick of those videos that are like, do this, not that. Well, what if I want to do that? Fight me. It's my makeup. It's my face. I think it's kind of ridiculous that we've set makeup up in such a way that there's a right way to do it. There isn't. It's just whatever you like. You do you. I think that's the motto of today. You do you. All right, and for lips, I'm just gonna do something easy. I have grabbed the e.l.f. Sheer Slick in the color Orange Crush. I'm not gonna use a lip liner or anything. I just sort of wanted to add like a kind of summery lip balm color to my lips. All right. And to finish us off, question 21 is, what do you hope to see more of in makeup's future? And really that's more diversity and more variety. There needs to be more diversity, and there needs to be more variety in shades, more variety in textures, more variety in depths. Not everybody's gonna like the same things. Like, stop releasing 3 bronzers. It's not enough bronzers. I don't know, that's my little rant for today. More diversity, more variety, more inclusion. All of that needs to be happening in makeup's future. All right, so that is the finished makeup look for today. I am so happy with how that turned out, especially as sort of my first attempt of filming myself doing my full face, so that was really exciting. I'm actually just gonna pop my glasses on, and I am done. That is everything I had to share with you today. If you enjoyed this style of video or you want to see more sort of full face makeup applications, things like that, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!